Please wait for me. And where are you going?
Hi, Jesus. I'm going to the Christmas tree.
Wow. Sophia, look at all these beautiful lights and look at the Christmas tree, so beautiful. The snow had been falling since noon on Christmas Eve, blanketing the small town of Evergreen Hollow in a hush of white. Inside her bedroom, 7-year-old Lily pressed her nose against the frosty glass, watching the flakes tumble past the streetlights. She was excited for the presents under the tree downstairs, of course, but beneath excitement lived a small, quiet question. She had heard the stories in Sunday school about stables and stars, but amidst the tearing wrapping paper and noisy toy commercials, it all felt very far away. "Happy birthday, Jesus," she whispered into the glass, fogging it up. "I hope you like the lights we put up." That night, Lily didn't dream of sugar plums or flying reindeer. She dreamed of cold air that smelled of pine needles and wood smoke. She opened her eyes to find herself standing not in her room, but on a snowy path in the most beautiful village she had ever seen. It was like the miniature porcelain town her grandmother set up on the mantelpiece, but life-sized. The cottage windows glowed with golden warmth, garlands heavy with red berries draped every eave, and the snow was untracked and sparkling. Lily looked down at herself. She was wearing her favorite red winter coat with a fluffy white trim and her thick beige scarf. She felt perfectly warm. "It is beautiful, isn't it, Lily?" The voice was deep, gentle, and sounded like safety itself. She gasped and spun around. Standing right beside her was a man in a simple cream-colored robe. He had kind, crinkling eyes and a beard that caught the golden light of the setting sun. He was smiling down at her as if he had known her since before she was born. Lily knew instantly who he was. It wasn't scary at all. It felt like coming home. "Jesus?" she breathed. He nodded, holding out a hand. "Walk with me." She slipped her mittened hand into his warm, firm grip. As they began to walk down the snowy lane, Lily noticed something strange. While her feet were encased in thick wool socks and heavy boots, he was wearing simple leather sandals. "Aren't your toes cold?" she asked, concerned. He chuckled, a sound warm enough to melt icicles. "The cold does not trouble me, little one. I bring my own warmth." They strolled past cottages where laughter drifted from behind closed doors. "I like your town," Lily said. "It's very Christmassy." "It is a reflection of the joy in people's hearts," Jesus explained softly. He gestured to the strings of lights twinkling on the snow-laden roofs. "Do you know why I love the lights, Lily?" She thought about it. "Because they're pretty." "Because they fight the darkness," he said. "Even the tiniest bulb pushes back the shadows. Just as one small act of kindness pushes back sadness in the world." They rounded a bend in the path and stopped before a magnificent Christmas tree. It towered over the square, decorated with thousands of golden bulbs and red ornaments that looked like ripe apples. At the very top, a star shone with a brilliance that rivaled the sun setting behind the distant mountains. Lily craned her neck to look up at it. "It's the biggest tree ever." "It reminds us to look up," Jesus said, resting a hand gently on her shoulder. "Sometimes the world gets very loud and very busy down here on the ground. The star reminds us to look up, to remember where the light came from." He knelt down in the snow, so he was eye level with her. His eyes were warmer than any fireplace. "Lily, you were wondering about the presents and the noise and where I fit into all of it." She nodded, feeling a little shy that he knew her secret thoughts. All of this, he swept his hand toward the glowing village, the tree, and the mountains beyond, the joy of giving gifts, the warmth of family, the beautiful lights. They are all just echoes. "Echoes?" Lily asked. "Echoes of the love I have for you. The presents are nice, but the real gift isn't what's under the tree." He tapped her chest, right over her heart, with a gentle finger. "It's what ends up in here. Peace, kindness, love. That is where I live. Not in a stable a long time ago, but right there, right now." Lily felt a warmth bloom in her chest that had nothing to do with her thick red coat. She threw her arms around his neck, burying her face in the soft fabric of his robe. It smelled of fresh air and something ancient and good. "Merry Christmas, Jesus," she mumbled into his shoulder. He hugged her back tight. "Merry Christmas, Lily." When Lily woke up the next morning, sunlight was streaming across her duvet. She could hear her little brother shouting happily downstairs. The dream faded quickly, like breath on glass, but the feeling remained. She ran downstairs to the chaos of Christmas morning. But as she sat amidst the torn paper and bright ribbons, she paused and looked at the star on top of their living room tree. She smiled, feeling a deep, quiet warmth in her heart, remembering the feel of a hand holding hers and the promise that she was never walking alone.